was smoking.
What is this? It looked like he got braids, or it might be Soper's like that grainy. I don't know, but if he got braids and this was recorded before the chop, before the big chop, I don't know why Drake does stuff like this. I really don't. He just got on this track and said, feels like they're never as happy for my accomplishments. But this is also the, like, I want him to pick a side. And I know y'all gonna say it's manipulation. Sean, you should be above what he's doing right now. Why are you confused? That's what manipulators be trying to do. They be trying to sway the narrative and shift the focus. But bro, if you always say how everybody expects you to be number one, like that's something that he prides himself off of. They already know I'm gonna break the record. It's Drizzy Drake. That's the way it go. Like you've been saying that for a decade. Now you're mad that niggas don't congratulate you, but you also say that they should expect you to win. So which one do you want? You want them to be like, oh my God, Drake, this is crazy. How did you do it? Like, I had no clue you were gonna win. But then you also want them to be like, oh shit, like I just knew you was gonna win. Like, what do you mean?
Remember we traded.
Also, what is this earlier bar?
My brothers got tickets, seemed like they loved every minute. Just know the shit is personal to us and it wasn't just business.
Why won't you think for a moment, like, and granted, I'm a very stubborn person. I got a lot of pride, Chad. I do. I got a lot of pride. Well, I don't even know if it's pride. I think it's more just stubbornness. But if 40 niggas just came out of nowhere and started beating the fuck out of me, I would be mad. I would be mad. But after I pick my dreads up off the floor, because I know them bitches, I know niggas going for that first, I'm going to be like, yo, what did I do? What happened? Let me review and reanalyze, you know what I'm saying, my method here. Because something happened. Like, what did I do to make that mad? Something had to have occurred. Like, the lack of self-reflection for a second to be like, yo, maybe I did do something at some point, and this many aren't mad at me, or at least chuckling at what's happening to me for no reason, and maybe they not just all hating. Bro, that's why I don't go to, I'm not going to Mexico. Because I just know it's that one nigga that knows somebody in the cartel that be, like, tapped into the stream. And it's like, yo, we gonna get this nigga if we ever see him cross the border. I'm not going.
You would even check up on my son like a pediatrician.
It feels like he thought celebrities were his real friends, and I don't know why.
You mean Oh, you mean celebrity? No, I don't think that that's unreasonable. Like I said before, niggas definitely chose a side. But I think it's on him slightly to at least reflect on why some of that animosity might have been there, and not just to be like a recluse and be like, yeah, no, it's all their fault. It's really that Eric Andre shit. Like, dead ass shoot somebody in the face and then turn around and ask you why you did this. And he holding a gun. The literal fucking bullet smoke is still oozing from the tip.
I don't give a fuck about you snakes or these other musicians. I remember who made this shit come to fruition. Who's got the most to lose and who's in that other position? Funny to see you all rejoicing and hugging and kissing. I'm staring at my daddy while y'all tell me I wasn't that nigga.
I never wanted this to be the way it ended up being. Drake just constantly playing defense. You know what I mean? Because that's all I feel like these tracks that have come out, you know what I'm saying, post this back and forth have been, where he's referenced it. Granted, I don't know the exact timeline of this track. This is why that back and forth never would have worked. Because he would have run out of something. He would have run out of ammo. Even when he was at his peak with Family Matters, I think it was. Like, he ran out of shit to say, I feel like. To a point where he was just reiterating his same talking points. Now he's basically combating everything that people have been saying and combating everything that was on Meet the Grams. Like, I don't have a gambling addiction or whatever the case is. I got a subtle addiction or whatever it is. And I'm my father's son ass bars. Like, I understand what he's saying. I don't feel nothing. Like, even when he's pouring his heart out, I guess, I don't feel it. Like, you chose the wrong time to want to be vulnerable, I guess. You can't come to me disemboweled and then say I need a doctor when the nigga that you're talking about didn't need to at least be physically damaged or damaged reputation-wise to kind of put himself on display. So it's hard for me to connect to you at all because, like, obviously now is going to be your time to be transparent when everybody knows that you're damageable, or when everybody knows that it's easy to harm you or you got flaws in your design. The mask has been torn off or whatever the case is. Yeah, you're gonna get candid now. The timing doesn't, like, the timing ruins this little excerpt from Drake. It just doesn't do anything for me. Even when he's trying to be quote unquote vulnerable. And I don't even know if this is him being vulnerable. It's like him playing victim, but also saying how I'm still that guy. Like, you gotta pick a side. You have to pick a side, man. Like, choose how you want to be marketed. Choose how you want to be consumed. You can't have the cake and eat it too. You can't be the tough guy, want to be gangster nigga, and then also be like, yeah, no, they did me so crazy. Everybody listen to this, you gotta feel bad for me. Like, nah, bro. This is why you on the op list, Sean? Hey, bro. What do they say? Wounds are the burden of a friend or something like that. Granted, I don't know this nigga. I'm not his friend or nothing like that. But I'm just saying, like, niggas who want the best are going to tell niggas the truth. Nobody gonna sit up here and allow niggas to just rewrite history and be like, oh yeah, they just betrayed me out of nowhere. Imagine coming back 20 years from the future, looking at this situation, only hearing Drake's POV. You know how crazy that would be? How insane this whole thing would look? And I'm not going to be unreasonable and say, Drake, you should just move past it. Nobody would move past this. I'm going to be honest. Nobody would just move past this. I get why he want to rewrite it, why he don't want the chapter closed like this. Because once this period is over, chat, there's no revisions to be made. None whatsoever. You can't go back. You can't change the response that you made. The Heart Part 6 is still gonna be a solidified response to the Meet the Grams record and the records before that. That is in this. Like, that is your final response officially. You cannot do any more. You cannot do any add-ons. You cannot change any lines. That was you. It's over. It's over. As soon as you took that little break after the Not Like Us record 2, it's confirmed that was the end of it. Cool. You can't keep trying to redo it. You had your chance and now it's over. Exactly. No round twos. No round twos. The crown has already been passed. Not saying it like you don't still have rap music to deliver or nothing like that, but the winner of the battle has already been chosen. Hopefully this UMG thing goes in Drake's direction. Hopefully that goes his way. Because if it don't, it's gonna be even more of a victimhood mentality. Imagine that the UMG situation doesn't reveal much and Drake doesn't really get anywhere. Now, I think they'll probably settle, but imagine he don't get nowhere. That will be the narrative for the next record or the future records. Like, okay, well, it took my label and it took a whole industry to tear me down. Like it's not gonna be a win. He's gonna find a way, no matter what, to be the underdog of this story. He's gonna find a way to be the attacked, the persecuted, the betrayed. He's gonna find a way to fit himself into that role no matter what. It's crazy mental gymnastics to me, but that's the role you want to play. But he'll also tell you how nobody can stop him. I can't deal with this level of delusion. I just can't. I can't, bro. It's too much. It gets to a point where it's just too much. You know what I mean? It's gonna be some angst, some chip on the shoulder in every record. And like I said, that UMG don't go his way, or he ends up, whether it does or doesn't go his way. The only way it doesn't go his way is if, like I said, the records get released and it turns out that they were doing the same thing for him. But if it plays out any other way, bro, this is gonna be Drake's trajectory and his role and his design and his blueprint until he stops rapping.
I just don't understand why he's crying about Kendrick calling him a file when he literally told him to non-tailor-made.
I don't like that people take that line out of context, because that's not what he was trying to say. I don't think he thought that it would be used to that extent, which again speaks to the lack of foresight that he might have. But the thing about it was, not like looking back on the situation, right? The most scathing things that were said about Drake, the "you talk to young girl" shit, wasn't even like the worst part of everything. Like, that's why people still think Meet the Grams is a brutal diss record, because it wasn't just about the daughter reveal thing. It wasn't just the quote unquote Epstein and so much shit, I guess, that was said about Drake outside of those two things that people thought were the most nefarious things that somebody could say about him. It feels like people rewrote those diss records from Kendrick and acted like those were the only things that he said about bro, and it wasn't. This man got hung up on a poster and niggas played, what is that game called? Operation. It was used as the model in a real life Operation game. It wasn't just the two things. I wish it was. Maybe we wouldn't even be talking about this as long as we've been talking about this if it was just those two things. You can't act like it's like some little gimmick. It's not some little gimmick. You can't devalue the win and rewrite history as if niggas didn't completely come with a whole dissection of you as a person. They did the same thing with the Pusha T record. It got diminished into, oh, well, all he did was expose that he had a kid for real. That's all he really said. Go back and listen to the song. Let's just calm down, brother. Let's just calm down. I mean, y'all, I'm fishing for it, man. I am. I'm fishing for it. I'm fishing for any hook, line, or saving grace to give Drake at this point, bro. But I don't have nothing. You asked me in 2013, 2012, 2015 especially, Sean, who your favorite rapper is? I might not say Drake, but he is up there if you ask me 10 years ago. 10, 12 years. I do not take pride in seeing a nigga like this. I don't. Y'all don't understand, nigga. I'm talking about waking up listening to Drake. Going to sleep fucking to Drake. Whoa, that sounds crazy. But you get what I'm saying? Like, in the background type shit. Come through in 2013 was a different time period. Do not understand. Jungle in 2015 and in 2016, different time period. You don't get it, nigga. I had this with me on some of these excursions, like right in my ears by my side. This is sad. You don't understand. You do not get it. People in general still love Drake. That's why it's even harder, because you don't have to play the victim. You could play into the side of this where you act like nothing happened. He doesn't have to play into this. He doesn't have to be the victim. He has enough fans and enough people that are still playing his music and bumping and co-signing him to a point where he does not have to be like, yo, I gotta be in this room pretending to be the sad guy because I'm disappointed in all my peers who went the other way. No, you could literally continue your success story and act like nothing happened. You have enough going on to where you could literally feed into the other side of it, but you cannot have both, bro. You just can't. Gotta pick one.